This is the Quack House Podcast.
It's your boy Kev coming back at it again with another podcast. I got with me my boy Darren.
How's it going?
I got with me my girl Kayla.
Hello.
And the one, the only, Johnny.
What's up, everybody?
A.K.A. Sonny.
Oh, Sonny.
I'm just kidding.
Sunny
I'm
side
kidding.
of that egg.
All right, you gotta tell us that story real quick.
Oh, it's just, he got slapped in the face with a sunny side up egg at work one day.
Hell yeah.
What? That's the thing?
Wow.
Yeah, we used to, when growing up, we used to slap each other with different foods. Yeah, so mine was a sunny side egg. My sister was tort, because I hit her with a tortilla shell. That was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tort.
Sounds like a good combo.
You had to keep it short, man.
Right, of course.
One
But
syllable.
anyways, good old tort.
I'm just
Well, Sunny
totally
is more
messing.
than one syllable.
So, I'll tell you the story behind smacking her with a tortilla shell. So, I remember this. I was in the kitchen. I picked up a nice flour one. You know, I ran from one side of the trailer to the back bedroom, backhanded her with a tortilla shell, and proceeded to dive out the window and then come through the front door.
And then he got
Nice.
slapped with a sunny side up egg.
Yeah.
Okay, so retaliation.
It was a smooth process, though. I just booked it, did that out the window, you know, like you see in the action movie. And then I was walking through the front door, like, "What's up,
Tom Cruise.
baby?" Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, who did that?
I'm missing a call in here.
Right, of course.
How old were you?
Man, this was 2011, 12.
Oh, so you
So,
were
I was an
grown.
adult. Yeah,
Okay.
This is adult moments.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's right.
and you almost were an extra in the new
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore too. yeah.
Man, I tried for that.
He probably could have got it. if he would.
They still send me text messages to be an extra.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
He
know,
signed up
right?
for it and never followed through.
The guy's name is Liam. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So when
It's
I
like-
see a text
It
that
was meant
says,
to
"Hey,
be,
it's Liam,"
man.
I'm like, he better not be texting me.
It's coming real quick.
Yeah,
They
that's
could have
what I-
found you, man. You could have been the next Paul Rudd.
I could have. I should have had that chance. You know, redheads.
Wait, was
Right.
Paul Rudd extra in something and then ended up, that's how he got picked up?
I don't fucking.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I was
names.
like, that'd be wild.
Sounds right.
Thought you
So
were trying to say little guy in a big movie.
Oh,
right, you know, 'cause
no.
Ant-Man. I didn't want to
Ant-Man.
say somebody that was too tall for John. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be
Yeah.
offensive.
Danny
Kevin.
DeVito.
Yeah, I get
Danny
that.
DeVito.
Yeah. What if I said Danny DeVito? That would be horrible.
Like
That'd
you
be
would never
hilarious.
measure up to the heights of Danny DeVito.
Right.
Ooh, true. You could never fill those shoes.
I could probably
Exactly.
fill the shoes with something, but yeah, probably couldn't
Yeah, John could be the
act
penguin.
like that man.
John
No,
could be the penguin.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could be the penguin.
Oh,
penguin.
I already got the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the flipper going on this week.
Yeah.
Man, let's talk about that real quick.
Let's not and say we did.
All right, fine, we won't.
Okay, we could talk about
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, so on Friday, John shoved
Uh.
a screwdriver into his hand.
Ouch.
it. Yeah, deep into that webbing between your thumb and your index
Yeah.
finger right here. I said,
He got the meaty part, bro. And I watched him walk. I just thought he was going to the bathroom. Then he came back over to me. He was like, dude, I got to go home. Got to figure out a way to go home. I was like, why? Showed me his hand. I was like, damn, that's bad. So he covered it back up. And I was like, oh, dude, let me see it again. So, you know, as a guy, you always want to touch things.
Right, of course.
You
Of
gotta
course.
poke it.
So I poked it a little bit. I was like, dang, bro, that is deep.
Right, because you know, God forbid, we follow bloodborne pathogen training and
Fuck
treat
all that.
all blood as it's infected.
it's-
You know,
it-
why follow that?
Like, before all this noise even started, before I even made it to Kevin, I had shaked myself with that screwdriver. And then I was like, looking at my hand, I'm like, bro, man, that's a hole. You have a hole in your hand. And I was like, you got to go clean that shit up. So I like tried not to make a blood trail, sneak by everybody in front,
Right.
like right by the office, you know, clean it up a little bit, put some paper towel on it, apply that pressure, make it over to Kevin. And I'm like, man, I fucked up. I got to get outside for break or something. I'm like, I got to find a way to get out of here. I'm like, these people are going to know soon.
Right. Well, now a couple questions I got. So, would you have been written up for that? Do you
No.
think?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
So, what was the purpose of
'Cause
hiding it?
It happens there all the time. Well, the initial thought of the embarrassment of like nobody needs to see this but me and Kevin.
Okay, I
Right.
get
Yeah,
you.
so
I
that's
get
why
you.
I showed Kevin and nobody else.
Right.
Until later on.
So,
And then
yeah.
other thing. Sorry.
No, you're good.
The screwdriver itself. Right.
Oh,
How
yeah, yeah.
clean was that? And how deep
The-
did your spot get?
So the screwdriver looked
Clean-ish.
deceivingly clean, believe it or not, for the shop that we work in. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is a clean screwdriver. and the blade of it was pretty sharp. And then
Yeah, because I think
it went in there pretty deep.
Okay, what'd you do to clean it out? Did you put anything in there, any kind of peroxide?
So I went over and cleaned it with soap and water, naturally, and then put the spray
Peroxide?
side on it.
Okay.
Burned like hell. Tried to cover it with a little paper towel, add some pressure. Walked over, seen Kevin for a little bit, had a conversation, blacked out momentarily, woke up. Whatever happens, happens.
Right. Because can't you get if you puncture your skin with some deep enough with rusty stuff? Can't you get lockjaw
tetanus?
and stuff
Oh,
like that?
yeah.
So if John ain't really talking that much in a couple episodes, we'll know what happened.
You'll know because I don't have any nerve feeling in my hand and shit. It'll be gone.
Yeah. So, but
I almost want to see it.
it was funny because
It's not bad.
he came over, we started talking, and then all of a sudden I just watched him go like this, and I thought he was stretching out his back, grabbing. No, dude went ass hit the ground, and then he rolled it was a roll, man. It wasn't even like a slap, And he hit his head a little bit, but I wasn't worried about his head as much.
But back.
Yeah, so it was
folded.
Wow.
yeah, it was like this. He rolled down. He barely hit his head.
My
Wow,
body
do you know
was
how
so
to faint?
relaxed. Apparently. Right.
Wow.
That's good.
He's
So-
a pro.
He tried to get up, and I was like, dude, just lay there. I'm going to go get somebody. Went and got someone. Then they went and got 2 more
3 other
people.
bro.
I went and got him some
It's
ice.
like my worst nightmare.
Everybody, break time hit. So the first break hit. So
no.
people are just, what happened? What's going on? I mean, that's just, the natural thing to figure out at work is what's going on.
Right.
Well,
and this happened after you punctured, so the shock of the
Yeah.
pain or whatever.
So
Okay.
the initial shock was fuck, I put a hole in my hand, go clean that, make sure nobody notices. Talk to Kevin for a little bit, try to recover. Then I felt the sweaty clamminess.
Yeah.
Right,
And then I felt nauseous. And then I remember Kevin saying, bro, that's to the meat. And that's
Oh,
all. That's all
that
it
was
took. And then I remember waking up on the ground, going, "Where the fuck am I?"
Dude, his vertigo got him.
Try to set up and shit.
Vertigo.
I'm like, I didn't even know I fell. I tried to set up. I'm literally setting up, going, "Where the fuck am I?"
Right, hell
he's
yeah.
he's like, "Stay down."
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm like the last time when he fell off the ladder and I yanked him up. Obviously, I learned my
he left
lesson.
me this time.
Oh, dude, it was funny. So John's, being a redhead is naturally whiter than most people, right?
Right. I mean, I never noticed, but
Yeah.
look, I'm just white because I
We're
was
about the
a
same,
vampire
so-
for years,
Yeah.
third shift, and I just still haven't made myself go out to the sun. So
if
that's my reason.
anything, me and Darren are on the same level of kind of paleness.
Yes.
Right.
Darren looks tan right now.
Good.
But
Thank you.
Yeah.
The funniest-
I'm not the
I feel
whitest
pale.
person here.
You're welcome.
the funniest thing in the world was one of the leads was like, "You white, but you look extra white right now." All of his color left his body and
yeah.
everything.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's all
Listen.
that Irish beer he's drinking.
That's pretty deep.
Oh, it's not
Don't
as bad.
don't stretch it
Oh, he's fine.
Oh,
until
well,
he's
these are
not.
closed
He's
up.
gonna end up on my
These are closed up
shoulder.
see, it's like a butthole. It just close it.
Yeah, it is kind of
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
puckered.
It was a
probably
puckered-
does.
it was
We'll
a
get you a
perfect
Band-Aid
hole.
after. Give it some air.
Yeah, it
Air's
was
always
a
good.
perfect hole, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking at it,
Perfect
I
hole.
was looking at it like this, looking through it.
Wow.
I'm like, huh,
Yeah,
like a
turning
tunnel.
it and shit. I'm like,
He's like, as he's getting up, he's like, I just blacked out because of this, but I'm just gonna look right at it again.
Right, let's do it again.
Well, I was like, Kevin, I'm like, he's like, I never thought you would faint. You like your little bit of blood. I was like, dude, I told you about the plasma donation center when I fainted and puked there.
well,
I was
shit,
like,
that's
come
crazy.
on.
Did you ever donate after that?
time out.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
difference
I'm surprised they
is
let you.
that
Well, even if you puke and don't make the process, you still get the money. So that's the perks.
Look,
But
they wouldn't even give my diabetic ass the perks or any of the
I
money.
can't do it because I had heart surgery.
Well, they
So
told me the
I've
reason
done it 3 times.
But the reason I can't is because I guess just with the insulin going through my bloodstream, it just makes my blood not good for other people.
Oh,
yeah.
So
that makes
then,
sense.
yeah. So it says diabetic need not apply.
But yeah, I've puked and vomited and passed out probably 2 to 3 times.
But can we just acknowledge one thing? There is a huge difference between John's hand and what happened at the clinic. At the clinic,
Both
the blood
involve
was
blood.
everywhere.
They both involve
Yeah.
blood.
Well, and needles too. You know what I mean? That probably wasn't too enjoyable if you don't have a lot of experience with needles.
Well, they were unhooking the machine and they unhooked it wrong or something, but like the bag had spilled like all over the floor. So
Oh.
there was
Right. So you go,
blood.
okay, that
Dude.
makes sense.
Damn.
Like you see in the horror
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
just like looking at it, and you're
my
like,
gosh. Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that does not sound
That's
like a
pretty
fun
much what I was
situation.
like looking at my hand, like, ugh. And then I
So-
was like,
I'm
Right.
good. Then.
But people can typically deal with their own self. Like,
I was
right.
in
blood, their
shock,
own-
bro.
blood.
I was in shock.
I get that. I'm the type of person that loves to watch my blood come out.
Sick
My
bastard.
bad.
Yeah.
But he hates needles.
I hate
See,
needles.
I don't mind like picking a scab, you know, like or
Right.
something like that, like all day, and like, but
It's
like
like a natural
shaking
thing.
myself, and then
I
like
will-
it was an unpredicted, like
Incident.
Yeah.
incident.
yeah.
Like I was not ready. Like if I was like, hey, you know what, guys, watch this,
I get what
I
you're
would
saying.
have felt better about it. And I
'Cause
probably
there's-
would have stayed up.
Because you're saying this is when you pick off your own scab, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I know what
Now,
you're
when
doing.
a whole
Yeah.
bag
Oh.
of blood just rips open and goes all
Yeah,
over the
you
place,
didn't
yeah,
expect that.
that's a little bit
Amazing.
of a shock.
Well, that's what I'm getting at is like it really wasn't bleeding much. It bled, but it wasn't bleeding much when he was showing me, okay?
You said meat, bro. That
Yeah, you said
You can
said
see
meat.
the meat.
The hole was clean.
Dude,
You,
it was
you're like, oh, that meat.
So you know how I do my sloppy joes with the thing? I like dig them out
The bun, yes.
out of the
Out of the roll.
Out of the
Comparing
roll.
my
Wait, I
fucking
didn't think
wo-
sloppy joes were a finger
He's
food.
comparing my wound
Or at
to
least the
sloppy
meat.
joes.
No.
Okay, so he takes a roll,
Thank
he
you.
hollows it out,
And
and
then
then,
you
can
puts
put in-
the sloppy Joe
So,
meat in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His cut looked like it was hollowed out.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get at.
I mean, yes, you painted quite the picture, thank you.
I know. That's what I tried to do.
Artist.
Now
Right.
it's just a slit.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I
But-
put that liquid Band-Aid skin shit on it
Oh.
for the first day to try to hold it
Here's
together.
here's the thing though.
That's too
I have
deep
passed
for that, man.
I don't know.
I have
Works.
passed out over needles going into my arm to get blood out.
Mhm.
But the moment the blood starts coming out, I can watch that all day. And people go, "How can you do that?" I go, "I just like to be alive and know that I'm alive."
Yeah, see, I've
Right.
done that before at the
Psycho.
clinic. You know, like watch the blood pump out of me with no issues. But
I
like,
can't watch the blood. I can watch the needle. I like to know when it's happening.
I don't know what it
But
is.
once the blood starts,
Mm-mm.
I can't watch it.
I can't watch the needle. I can watch the blood.
I don't know what it is now, but I must have just got older and became more of a pussy or something.
Oh,
Nah.
yeah. I mean, I
It's
can't
not
do roller
that,
coasters
bro.
like I
Bro,
used to.
like, come on, like, I never used to watch movies and have to walk out when some shit happened like that. Now I'm fainting in bathrooms and fucking at work and shit when I see blood. Like, I'm like, come on, bro, like, stop being a bitch.
Things
Like,
change when you get
yes.
older.
But the thing
like-
with the movies, though, real quick, the thing with the movies, though, is you know it's a movie and it's not real.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
when that movie is based on real life events,
What movie
mean,
are we
I get
talking
that.
about?
Right.
that
That's
movie
Final
with
Destination.
Dave Franco or James Franco when he gets his arm trapped in the rock. and
Oh,
then he has-
yeah.
We watched that in school.
127 hours or
Yeah, he has to
147
rip it
hours.
off. Yeah, when he like rips his arm off, that part of the scene, I literally went to the bathroom and passed out. Like
Damn.
that got me.
Ooh.
Like I was like,
I can
oh,
see
that's
that.
fucking disgusting.
mean,
I was like,
yeah.
because he just had to keep going to like you have to do that to live, and you just
Yeah.
got to keep moving. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm just like,
Did he use like a pocket knife to cut him his
yeah,
arm?
like something like but like
It's been so
could have been
long
worse,
since
though.
I've seen it.
I mean, because at
just
least
talking about it.
because he gave his arm, but at least he didn't have to give a leg, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he walked out.
Yeah, he only had to give an arm.
And that was because of the expression.
But
arm and a
yeah,
leg,
that
so.
movie. That was, I remember that one made me faint recently. Work made me faint. Donating plasma. That's 3 times I can call just fainting because of something. Nurse Ratchet.
Nurse
I watched them do a triple like eye thing where they were going through the eye with a drill and shit, but it was like older, like it was like 70s or 80s when the show was based on.
Yeah.
So like the doctor was like going through doing like a triple eye socket lobotomy thing.
Then I would recommend not playing Dead Space because there's this
man,
part
I
or
can't
this
do
that.
part
Oh my gosh.
where you have to like do something with your own eye, put like a drill into your eye to get like what it was the infection out of them or something.
Something
so
like
you have to
that.
like control your
What?
eye, but you have to look right at like the laser thing. Like so you're looking at your own character, looking at like you, and you're pointing the stuff, and then you have to wait until the eyes are just right. It'll be green. So if you mess up, then you'll have like a horrible death where it's just yeah.
But yeah, my vertigo got me this week, so I was
Damn.
down.
Damn.
Yeah.
I told Kevin, I was like, one of my main priorities when I set up was they were like, "Oh, you are really sweaty." I was like, oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
I
so
was
then-
like, how dirty is my shirt from laying on this factory floor?
Right.
Well, all honesty, I just swept too.
Oh yeah, Kevin keeps it clean there. So like, I brought up the fact that we should have like a little chalk outline or some shit. That'd be
Well,
hilarious.
what about walk behind scrubbers? You guys got those?
No.
No.
Because you can
I
sweep the
asked for
floor.
one.
You can sweep the floor all day long, but
Yeah,
if you're
no.
like scrubbing it and stuff, then
Just smearing blood in.
technically,
So I think we will probably end up getting one. I know that we're probably getting a whole new floor if we stay in the building that we're in.
Ew.
okay, nice.
Hopefully it's
So.
rubber.
All right,
A little
so what do you guys
easier
think?
on the feet.
Mhm.
So what do you guys think? Should we see if John's gonna pass out from some Diddy stuff or what?
I don't think he will, but yes, let's transition into the
Is
Diddy
there
talk.
anal bleeding?
Maybe.
Yeah, there had to have been.
I mean, there was, but that's not in my notes today.
Okay.
well, but it will
Today,
be now. It will be
today.
now. You just let us know when, and we'll start talking about anal bleeding from
Okay.
a Diddy party.
I'll
Got it.
know to stay home.
Right.
I'm gonna
I
be
mean-
sick that day.
With the freak offs the way they are,
There's gotta be
somebody. Hey, think about testing to get the egg in you.
Anything that needs a bloodborne pathogen assessment, I can't be involved with anymore.
That's funny.
That's messed up. Just because think about it, so it's like, no, you have to do this,
Yeah,
John.
like-
It's like I can't. It's like you
start,
have to.
I'm gonna start wearing
Physically can't.
PPE up in here for every one of these. Fucking
Yes.
gloves and masks and aprons.
Right.
Sitting there like, no, I can't.
That's funny.
I have to puke in my mask.
But didn't he drink something that had anal blood in it? I heard.
Oh,
Maybe.
Probably.
I didn't really hear that, but we're gonna say
fermented
we
bat
heard it.
urine.
So we're gonna kind of go through quick on last week's trials,
I'm gonna try, yeah.
and then we're gonna hit this week's. And I know we're late to the game because there are people all over the interweb that are doing it day by day and stuff like that.
Yep.
So let's just have fun with it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Well,
Where's the peace pipe?
yeah, so we left off with Cassie being on the stand.
Correct.
We're only on day 2.
Well, that's why. 'cause-
But yeah, okay. So the freak offs, they ranged from 36 hours to 4 days, which forced Cassie to spend a big chunk of her life recovering from the drug use, dehydration, and sleep deprivation.
All right, pause real quick. Pause. So like the parties, are we saying that like it was just consecutive, no breaks in between, like just talking like 4 days straight partying?
Yeah, well, they probably
Okay,
locked the
wow.
doors and nobody could leave.
Right. Like, you
Like,
do what he tells
nobody's
you.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's like, I
Man,
ain't done yet.
the amount of cocaine.
Man.
I
shoot.
mean,
For
all
4 days,
all the things, yeah.
Yeah.
4 days, constantly getting baby oiled every 15 minutes. That's a
5.
lot.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Sorry.
Yeah.
And it had to be warm.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, they warmed it up.
Mm.
But Cassie had said the freak offs became a job where there was no space to do anything else but
Became
to
a job.
recover and just try to feel normal again.
Became a job.
It was a job. It was a whole
Man, the
nother
baby
job.
oil guy was busy though.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking, he's like, you gotta take one bottle off, put one on.
Jeez.
Can
Yeah, how
ban
did they
system.
warm it? I wonder.
A candle
Microwave,
warmer.
probably.
Candle warmer.
Oh, yeah, probably that
Those
too.
little hot plate candle warmer things. You
You
know?
could probably, yeah. I was gonna say you probably put
Just-
in a
just-
glass jar instead of a thing, and
like
just
yeah,
like
it's the
cupping.
plastic.
No, you guys anything outside the box?
What's
Just put it in like a big kettle thing on the stove. Just put it on low.
Oh, yeah.
and then
Like a
just-
teapot?
Yeah, then you can just kind of like a little ladle and then
Some
just
big
fill
guy
up the.
stirring
Oh my
it,
gosh, that'd be hot.
dip in the bottle.
No, not on low. It wouldn't be on low. That's keeping it warm.
It's still probably pretty hot.
Bring it to.
I mean-
you gotta simmer it.
crock pots if we're going that
Oh,
way.
Yeah,
honestly.
oven. Keep stuff in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 100 degrees.
Basters full of a baby oil.
Turkey
Space
baster?
heaters.
Yeah,
Base heater.
yeah, because for every other spot they were putting the
Turkey
baby
based.
oil.
I mean, if you're going 4 days straight, 36 hours of 4 days, yeah, you gonna need a lot of baby oil
yep.
Mhm, that's
just to
right.
say lubricated. Lubricated.
For sure. But it was also for the effect.
Slip and
Right.
slide.
Cassie had said that Diddy was involved in how she looked. She had to do her nails a certain way, look a different way. Some days he'd want me to be sexy, the other days to look like a tomboy. My self-worth took a hit during the entirety of our relationship. There was also times that Diddy would have his employees take away her stuff for punishment, whether for whatever reason, her jewelry, cars, electronics, etc.
Well, hold up. So his staff, his people that are working for him, taking away her stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't.
He did whatever he said.
But the people taking her stuff away, it's like you didn't like think like this is kind of messed up.
Right.
Like,
no.
Yeah. It seems like everyone in his life was just like, he is God.
Loyal to Diddy.
I will do whatever he needs.
Well, I mean, once you get dirt on somebody,
I mean, yeah.
you pretty much own them. That's like the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. That's why everybody wants his comment list.
Yeah.
Yeah, John almost vertigoed out.
I almost cussed myself with the fuzzy mic cuff.
Oh dear.
Come on, cuh.
Yeah, cuh.
So Combs requested baby oil be heated, and she would have to reapply every 5 minutes or so. He wanted her to glisten.
And the baby oil, because on the trial they said it wasn't laced with anything, or is this baby oil laced with stuff?
So according to Cassie, there was never drugs in the baby oil.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if there was every 5 minutes.
Right. I mean, but I don't know if we ever talked about it on air, but... On
air. Yeah, on air.
Right. But... Now, of course, I'm going to lose my train of thought.
I thought they found some of the baby oil had...
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, traces of it in it, right?
Trace of something in it.
Oh, but she had stopped doing freak-offs when they broke up, which was like 2018.
Oh.
So there was 5 or 6 years after
so
her that they probably started doing that. They're like, this is genius.
Just started lacing that shit.
Right.
Right.
They would use close to 10 large-sized bottles of baby oil per freak-off.
Now, what's a large size bottle?
Define large size.
I don't know.
Because a gallon.
Google her?
We don't need to Google that, but...
No,
what, you got like industrial pump?
Right.
He just has it coming. His eyes are just linked up to the sprinklers on top, just raining down.
That would be smart. That would save a lot of time. Just constant baby oil.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes, just fucking like when disco ball
like the
drops.
vegetable washing.
Yeah.
Just more baby oil. Okay. Cassie stated at Freak Off she was involved in acts she didn't want to participate in, including having sex with an escort when menstruating, having an escort urinate on her, and having Combs urinate on her. She said, I was squeamish immediately, but high in the moment. That's about it. You don't have a lot of control in that moment. She took lots of drugs at the Freak Offs to numb herself. She wanted to dissociate. She said, I couldn't imagine myself doing any of that without some sort of buffer. Makes sense. Talking about the surveillance video at the hotel, she said that she was leaving a freak off because it got violent. Sean followed me into the hallway by the elevators. He grabbed me up, threw me on the ground, kicked me, tried to drag me back to the room, and took my stuff. When asked how many other times Combs had beaten her, she replied, too many to count. Diddy would keep videos from freak-offs as blackmail material. He would bring up the video several times when he got angry and would threaten to release them. She feared for her career, her family. It's horrible, it's disgusting, no one should do that to anyone. That's what she said. Freak-offs frequently gave her urinary tract infections, gastrointestinal issues, and mouth sores. She often took opioids to come down from other drugs she took during the days-long freak-offs. She also mentioned when she started dating Kid Cudi. When Diddy found out, he lunged at her with a wine bottle opener and threatened to release 2 freak-off videos and have someone hurt her and her new boyfriend while he was out of the country. This is all her account, obviously. Cassie had ended the relationship with Kid Cudi, and shortly after, there's too much danger, too much uncertainty of what could happen. She also says Combs threatened to blow up her boyfriend's car, hoping that he and his friends would be present when it happened. Around that same time, his car exploded in his driveway.
That's crazy.
Oh, dude.
You imagine that?
Because I swear I remember seeing that years ago.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
2012.
Yeah.
It was big news when it happened.
But just imagine that. You imagine Diddy like on one of those little like scooter things, trying to roll up underneath somebody's car, trying to put a bomb on,
Yeah.
fucking falling down on his chest and shit. We're like,
Nah, he wouldn't do it. He'd hire someone.
Well, and too,
on.
he'd have like the special sticky baby oil, and then he'd stick right on there. A
What-
baby oil bomb.
probably
Oh
some
my
Diddy
gosh.
bubble gum.
Yeah. Diddy gum.
Oh, but it's the curvature of the G is gone, so it's supposed to say Diddy gum, but it's a misprint, so it's
Diddy. Yes.
Oh.
they're like, oh no,
Nice.
Diddy's like, those aren't misprints.
No, that's right.
I like to chew it.
Jeez. Cassie had personally witnessed Combs assaulting his own employees and assistants, punching one man in the head, dragging another woman out of bed during a trip. She once watched as he held one of her friends over a 17th floor balcony and watched him hit one of her best friends with a wooden hanger.
Nice. I mean, damn.
At the end of their relationship, Cassie had agreed to see him for what she thought was a closure conversation. They had dinner. He brought her home. He then raped her in her living room. She said, I just remember crying, saying no, but it was very fast. I know.
Embarrassing.
She states that she did consensually have sex with him one more time after that, but then the relationship officially ended. She said she went to rehab and trauma therapy in 2023. She said, I was spinning out. I didn't want to be alive anymore at that point. After going to rehab, she decided to start writing a book. She claims to have been involved in hundreds of freak-offs during their relationship, and she did settle her lawsuit against Combs for $20 million. And then they did a cross-examination for Cassie, or on Cassie, whatever you want to say. He wanted to make obvious that they were in love, so they showed a lot of text messages. A text message from 2009. Cassie had said, I'm always ready to freak off. Well, Diddy responds, can't wait to watch you. I want you to get real hot. Which Cassie replied, me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable.
Wait, hold on. Is this the recap
This
of
is-
last week, right?
Yes, this is this is
sorry.
day 4.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been adding to it. Sorry.
Mhm.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to finish up last week's first, and then
It's
we got
it's
time.
gonna be a lot.
It's a
probably
lot.
It's a lot to
there's
go
a lot
on.
of stuff.
Well, Kayla also just got super excited
I
and
go
did
overboard,
eight
sorry.
pages.
She played PI. She got all the info.
I did.
Yeah, which is great, amazing and stuff like that.
We just don't have all that time.
Right. What I was gonna say about the that text, that was the text message that kind of people thought that might allow Diddy to get away with it.
I could see that.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's pretty much showing, like, even though she claims it was just because she knew what he wanted to hear, but
Yeah.
like it doesn't look good on
Now,
her part.
my next question is how the heck were they able to pull up a 2009 text message? Like,
Can't
Can't
never
you just
gone,
call the
dude.
carrier and they can pull up?
It's-
Like,
yeah, but
it's
at
never
some
gone.
point, their data centers are gonna have to start deleting old things. You know,
Right. Right. Yeah.
so
They-
either
Conspiracy theory. They
right.
probably got
it's fabricated.
files for like important people.
Maybe.
That's
And
what
they
I was about to say.
save
Yeah.
harbor shit.
Honestly,
They're like, oh, we know this is Diddy's phone and this person's phone. They were like, let's lock down and trace that and save everything for eternity.
Yeah, because your cell phone provider can pull up your text messages. So think about that too.
Right.
Anybody could be reading your text messages if you think about it.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
as long as I feel like as long as that cell phone company still exists and has servers, they could probably pull up your shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Same
but
thing.
eventually, I mean, think about all the people in the world that use the cell phones, right? At some point, you're gonna run out of space, and you're gonna have to start deleting old things.
Right.
So I just
At
thought
some
it was
point.
interesting that they were able to pull it up from 2009.
Either that or we just keep making more empty buildings full of storage units.
Mm.
Well, no. What they're doing now is they're having these big servers, or they've been doing it because they get so hot. So I think it's Google, Microsoft, whatever. They have these big ass things that they put underwater. They got like an area that
yep.
they own, and then it's a huge server thing that just goes underwater, and then that's where all your stuff is stored.
keep it cool.
Last side notes before we get on track. Apple, Microsoft, Google, they're all trying to build their own nuclear power plants for their servers.
Yeah, they're gonna have to at some point.
Yeah. So continue.
Wow. So the defense asked Cassie whether she thought Combs was an addict, to which she replied, I would say he is. They asked what he was addicted to. She said success.
You ever seen that video where he where he made that phone call and like freaked out that like he like won, and then he was like, what's next? What do I conquer next? And he's, like, breaking shit in his office. He's like, what's next?
Oh, dear.
just so excited to just win and like have a power over somebody.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's all about that power trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they also asked if he was addicted to some drugs, and she said at some point yes, because he told me. And then this is where Cassie denied that there was ever any drugs in the baby oil. They also asked if Combs was going through drug withdrawal around the time of the hotel abuse incident, to which her prosecution objected. They wouldn't let that one go through.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, because if she said yeah, that would hurt them.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, this is day 5, last day with Cassie. No?
At some point, you're gonna have to get done with day. I guess that's the last day.
Last day, right?
So okay,
First
go.
week.
So they did, this was for the cross-examination. A recording was played of Cassie threatening the man that had told her he'd seen a sexually explicit video of her. She had said, I'm going to kill you, and then he's going to kill you. I've never killed anyone in my life, but I will kill you. Because there was just a random man that was saying that he had seen her video, and Combs pressured her to find out where he found it, how'd he see it, kind of thing. So,
So he was threatening Cassie to find the guy?
Yeah,
pretty much. And so she,
threatened him. Okay.
Yeah, right. During her rehab stay, she was treated for PTSD and received neurofeedback therapy. They asked if she also sought treatment for love and sex addiction. She said no. So they're trying to prove something there. They asked if she had any doubt about the grape in 2018. She said no. And that's pretty much all I have for Cassie.
So that grape was the last thing. What you want to call
I'm
it?
sleeping.
Right. That was the last thing that Diddy did to her, right?
What?
Was that he raped her in her house? Is that what that was
Yeah,
about?
but then you said the very next time was consensual, then it broke up.
Okay.
Right.
Which is weird because you think you would break up then and not just consensually, sleep with a guy that just raped you. I think that's fucking stupid and dumb on her part, but
she loved him.
Welcome to Hollywood.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah. And then for the last day 5, they had 2 more witnesses. One is Yazin Binda, works for Homeland Security. They just talked about the raid of his hotel rooms. They found baby oil and lubricant, lighting device, bottle of clonazepam, and 2 small bags of pink powder. One tested positive for ketamine, and the other tested positive for that and MDMA.
Dang.
They also found a fanny pack filled with $9,000 cash.
well, and then the pink powder, I do
wouldn't
know.
claim that. I wouldn't have claimed that.
Right. But like the pink powder, wasn't there? Isn't that like the C word?
Yeah.
Can we say it?
Technically,
The
no,
Diet
but
Coke.
we can.
Isn't that Diet Coke? Like the pink
Yeah.
powder
It's
Diet Coke?
that mixed with
Can it?
some.
It's mixed with something.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
mixture. I don't remember.
Now, was it this week or this like new week that they talk about the pills that look like Obama? Oh, okay.
I didn't see anything about it.
That, that's
crazy.
gonna be
That's
insane.
crazy.
Somebody like has like the presses to actually have a pill.
Yeah, like,
that looks like Obama.
Like Diddy and they have some still of from from Diddy that he would give, you know, how he'd go around, have people go around and give him pills and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were of President Obama.
This is stupid.
Wow.
I want like one of them, not to take, but just to like put it like in a little like frame, just to be like, see,
Right.
I got like an Obama pill.
Well, I mean, like with like LSD and stuff like that, you get like Pokemon cards, little Pokemon tablets and stuff like that.
Yeah. They get crafty.
Yeah.
See, it's like they're making it cool.
Right.
They're making it cool, so it's all like, this is cool.
Yeah, you can't help that.
It's
You
like, I
want to
want
catch them all.
Charizard.
I want
Any-
to catch them all.
Anything
I'm gonna
else to
try 'em
recap?
Yeah, I want to take them all.
The last witness is Dawn Richard, which was one of the singers of the girl group Danity Kane. Can never say that right.
Yeah.
She was a contestant on Making the Band. That's when the band was formed and signed with Bad Boy Records. In 2024, she filed a lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of threatening her, touching her inappropriately, and flying into frenzied, unpredictable rages. She also witnessed some of the abuse to Cassie and tried to intervene. So that's week 1.
I remember seeing them making the band for Danny Kane. I wonder what happened to them. That's what,
They
but
broke up.
That's
yeah.
apparently what happened.
Right. There's probably a lot
Oh.
to it. The reason that they broke it up.
The band?
Mhm.
Yeah, they weren't too great.
Oh.
They had a couple big hits,
Yeah,
but
a couple.
Yeah, nothing that bad.
Enough Diddy-
One that I really liked, but I can't even think of what it's called now.
Right, because it.
Rainbow Cadillac.
Isn't that
Yeah.
the dude that does
Yeah.
like
in the car.
dumb stuff on
do
YouTube?
how- Yeah, what?
Doesn't he do dumb stuff on YouTube?
Who?
No, Danny.
Danny Kane?
Yeah.
That was the name of the group.
The band is called
Oh.
Danny
It was
Kane.
like 4 girls, right?
Oh.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a YouTuber that's named Danny.
Danny Kane?
Maybe.
Well, Liam was watching Danny something today.
I'll-
Dancing.
Phantom?
I'll have to show you guys
It's
later.
YouTube. I don't know.
It's something that his teacher had them watch to like
it's
get
like
energy
get
out.
active. Yeah.
Remember that episode of Dave Chappelle with making the band?
Oh yeah.
And he's taking everything away from everybody?
Yeah. Oh, well, when she said that Diddy peed on the escort and Diddy peed on her, that's the first thing that came to my mind was Dave Chappelle's R. Kelly.
Kelly's
I'm
good.
gonna piss on you,
Yeah.
pee on you.
They were probably
pee
hanging
on
out.
you, pee, pee,
Probably.
pee. I don't
Doing
know.
Scientology together?
Dave, I don't think Dave Chappelle was.
No,
really
not R. Kelly and
Oh.
P. Diddy.
Oh, for sure.
They
Yeah.
both have
14.
similar names.
That's what I
R.
was saying.
Kelly.
Yeah.
P.
Yeah,
Diddy.
the abbreviation names.
Yes.
Yeah, like I would be JBB and I'd be peeing on people. No
I
problems.
bet you R. Kelly probably took a fall
For Diddy.
for Diddy.
Probably. He was probably
Even
just
though-
at one of his freak offs or something, and
Even though they
Got
had
caught.
the evidence against him, I think it was like one of those things where it's like, hey, you're going
They
down
probably got some songs together too.
and you can't take anyone else with you.
Mm.
Kind of dealio. Okay.
Right.
So that's kind of crazy that you end with her,
and then you start with her.
And then you
'Cause
start with
They
her.
weren't finished questioning her.
right?
Right.
All right. So now we are caught up on week 1.
Yep.
They said it's crazy that they blew up Kid Cudi's Lambo like that though.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like people are calling him a rat. And I'm like, that's not being a rat to.
The quote I heard on the radio was Diddy was living like a 90s movie action hero. They're like literally the person on the radio was like, I don't even use the word Molotov. Like and then
Right.
here you are all dropping Molotov cocktails and Lambos like it ain't nothing.
Mhm. Honestly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, but yeah, that apparently is a charge that might be able to stick for him. So,
Oh yeah.
If they can prove it.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure with
It was
Even-
probably a bottle of Ciroc.
even
Right.
Shit.
well, actually, I don't know anymore. But if he, by any chance, kept all of his security camera tapes and stuff like that, unless Diddy took them, and then
He moved them.
well, he might have moved them so he could do things. But if you
Mhm.
see somebody in your yard moving your cameras, you can almost put 2 to 2 together.
That's fair.
I mean,
You just wouldn't get proof of the act.
right,
Who was
but
moving his cameras?
Diddy moved Kid Cudi's cameras so
Oh.
couldn't catch anything.
Well, was he actually? Did it actually see Diddy's face
was
doing
it actually him or was it the guys he sent?
Because if it was the guys he sent, it would be a lot harder because he could just say, "I don't know who they are."
Yeah, who the fuck
You
is
know what I'm
that?
saying?
Ski Mask 1 and Ski Mask 2.
Yeah, but the
Right.
problem is that
Jamal and Jamal.
Oh, yeah.
Cassie testified that saying that, hey, he is the one that did it. And then Kid Cudi this week dropped the bombshell that
He
Diddy did it.
Yeah.
But he obviously Kid Cudi didn't say anything at the time because,
Diddy crazy.
you go by the
Diddy
code.
crazy.
But
Right, and that's statutes of limitations. If that was over 7 years, I'm pretty sure they couldn't really do a whole lot.
Well,
Just
depends.
Talk about that Diddy fucking crazy.
well, so it all depends because they got the RICO case going on them or whatever.
Okay, I get you.
So maybe they could bring it up. And also, if it was in California, I think the statute of limitations like 15 years.
Mm.
I think California has increased theirs. I could absolutely be wrong on that.
All right, Diddy case, chop, chop. Let's get this motherfucker arrested or in prison
Man,
permanently.
let's just
Dude,
end
he
it.
Death row. Death
He-
fucking row. Kill that motherfucker.
There should be enough evidence after day one just to call it, but we're like, man, we got to get all this out. People will
Right.
not believe the crazy shit that was going
Honestly.
Well, I think if they don't get it all out and whatnot, more and more people are going to start getting mad because
That's
they're
it.
still waiting on the Jeffrey Epstein that we were promised that was coming out.
So you think the public's going to be more upset that if they don't get this entire case through trial and all this shit out, the public will be more upset than anything?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because if he gets away with a lot of these charges, it'll just be another case of, oh, here's another rich celebrity getting away with literal murder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if we just ended it now and say he did it and then release no more things? Would you guys be content then?
No, because
Knowing what you know now and just
No,
wrapping
I
it
would
up?
want everything out there because
Well-
people need to know what
Well,
kind
like,
of an
and think
evil
of the
person he is.
victims. Like, they want to be heard.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he goes and says I did it, then the 120 cases that are brought upon him, I mean, I'd be comfortable with that. I'd be like, okay, so you really did this to 120 different people from the ages 9 to 81. I don't know how old, but
Yeah, but then all the
81.
details doesn't get released though. But like nobody else knows the details officially, but what they have and everything just stops and the public gets no more.
I'd be okay with that because I would be satisfied with knowing that.
But the public's not like that and they're greedy and they just want all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're all nosy and we want to
As
know
I
everything.
said, everybody, even the most trustworthy person is low key the nosiest person.
For sure.
Well, into all this here is, just a legal system and the Constitution. You have a right to defend yourself by a court of your peers or whatever.
Yep.
So a lot of this is I think he's just trying because, well, he is in jail between his court appearances, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's probably like, it's just a long shot, but I'll just try to do whatever I can to hopefully get off.
Yeah.
So even
I
though
mean,
he's
he
not,
could
but
try
he's
his
still
hardest.
just that's why this is going to keep going
He doesn't
and
want to
going.
give in.
Mhm.
Yeah. He
Oh,
won't
yeah.
admit.
I bet
Well,
he's still getting off in prison though.
Oh, for sure.
Well, in his prison, in the prison
Yes.
he's in, isn't he in solitary because his status of who he is?
Yeah,
Because if
something
that's
like
the
that.
case,
Maybe.
because people do say enough time in solitary confinement, you will go crazy.
Oh, for sure.
So
Well,
he's probably
Oh, damn.
wanting to keep this out as long as he can, so he doesn't have to be in solitary
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
all
so,
day long.
So Diddy's usually used to being covered in baby oil and being slick and moist. So what if they put him in a room that was the complete opposite?
They
Like
fans
he's
are
always
dry.
dry all the time and itchy and shit just to
Uh,
make him more mad.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
he looks like he aged like 50 years.
probably got him under the like a rotisserie grill kind of thing or something, just spinning them and shit.
Yeah. Well,
Comes-
also he doesn't have all his money to do whatever he needs to do. to
Right,
keep
because
him
you got to think
alive.
about like the skincare stuff he's using.
Yeah, you know,
Dyeing
like,
his hair every couple
Yeah.
days or
like these
whatever.
like these NFL athletes that put $15 million into their body a year.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Isn't that LeBron James?
LeBron,
What
Russell
is-
Wilson, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Derrick
Yeah.
Henry, just their diets and their chefs and like freezing themselves and all that
All the
shit.
treatments.
I do want
and
to
Their
do a cold
oxygen
bath.
therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude. All right.
Guys sleeping in oxygen therapy beds
Yep.
and shit. High altitude beds.
Right.
Mhm.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, people sleeping in the Rocky Mountains in their bedroom.
Sure.
Fucking crazy.
Interesting.
You've seen it, right?
I did.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
because
you know
I
Michael
know
what
what
I'm-
you're
Jackson
talking
was
about.
sleeping in an oxygen therapy thing.
Well, they had
Yeah. Then his coat caught on fire or whatever. I'm just
I
kidding.
remember seeing like I think it was like a running back or something, but he was like sleeping in those high altitude beds. So he would have higher blood count and more oxygen in his blood, and he would have like quicker recovery times.
I don't think. I know who. I think.
But I think it was CMC.
They call that blood doping, I think.
Blood doping is when you take your own blood out and then you put it back in.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because that's something that's big in like the powerlifting world.
That was just training their bodies to be used to thinner oxygen.
Mm-hmm. That's why like people in Colorado have it a little bit better because the Mile High.
Yep, club, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, technically.
Yeah, think about that. Everybody that has like hooking up in Colorado is a part of the Mile High Club then.
That's true because they are a mile high up in the air.
That's crazy.
Everything. What do they say? Like for their baseball games, the balls travel further too because the air's thinner.
Mm-hmm.
So when
There's
they play,
less resistance.
yeah,
Oh.
they fly
Yep, Mile
further.
High Club.
Isn't Denver Stadium? Is it
Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, but is it enclosed or open?
It's open.
Isn't kicking the ball there different too?
Mm-hmm. Travels further.
Yeah.
What if everything was just Mile High, called Mile High?
That'd be
Like
awesome.
Mile
yeah.
High Mart.
Hell yeah.
The planes flying out of the airport are all just all Mile High Clovers.
Yeah, here's a Mile High airport.
They're all
Yes.
painted gold.
Snap.
All right. We're going to go to week 2, day 6. This day, none of his family members were present in the courtroom.
Because they know. Some of
Dude,
them were there.
They know.
They know.
His son, one of his sons are also being investigated
Oh yeah,
right now.
his at least one of his sons, has at least raped at least one person.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, we've always wondered why he was giving us baby oil for Christmas. We're so confused.
Right. So they brought Dawn Richard back to the stand, the singer from Danity Kane. She had said she witnessed Combs attack Cassie with a frying pan. He later called a meeting and told her to stay silent and people go missing. Richard said that Combs would frequently punch, choke, slap Cassie in the mouth, kick her, and punch her in the stomach. And this was a result of Cassie sticking up for herself. So anytime she tried to speak up, he would beat her. Cross-examination, they said a letter was written to Combs from her that she said she heard a pan hit the wall but didn't see it. So she had said she didn't recall saying that, but, kind of goes against what she's testifying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think it was some of the Gordon Ramsay pans that he...
No, those weren't out yet.
We're not yet? Okay.
Would it have been
Those are more newer.
Yeah.
Did my general manager from Taco Bell show up at this party?
Oh,
Because he used to throw pans like that too.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I watched it. No, her name was Janice. She was an older lady,
Janice.
but she had to make some rice and she made it wrong, and he tipped that shit over and made her like clean it up and
Jeez.
dark moment stuff. But,
Oh, yeah, man. Fucking 550.
yeah, she was like in her 60s and shit, bro. Like she was an old like retired
Aw.
military lady,
Oh.
like she like.
Jeez.
But yeah, he like knocked all that shit over and made her redo it and clean up the floor. There was just like rice everywhere. It was horrible. I'm like,
I would have probably punched that dude.
That's abuse, bro.
yeah, pretty much. He had a sign on the wall that said, "Do not deviate from what I require."
Oh, jeez.
I took my picture right in front of it.
Oh, yeah, I deviated from your work to take a picture right in front of it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The next witness was Carrie Morgan, Cassie's former best friend. She had witnessed at least 2 times where Combs assaulted Cassie, once in LA and once in Jamaica. The one in Jamaica, she had heard her screaming, and he was dragging her by the hair outside and throwing her to the ground. She also mentions the wooden hanger assault. She was in Cassie's apartment when Combs let himself in, came up behind her and choked her, and then boomeranged a wooden hanger at her head. She had a concussion, was dizzy, and vomited a few times. She planned to file a lawsuit, but didn't. A month later, she met with Cassie, who told her she would get her $30,000 from Combs. She received the money, signed a NDA, and hasn't spoke to Cassie since. Cross-examination, they asked her again about the hotel incident. She said police noticed her black eye, but Cassie wouldn't tell them anything.
30 grand. That's all she got for
Oh,
a boomerang. Whole
Fucking minor
Yeah, it's
concussion to take a wooden hanger to the head, 30 G's.
I'd do it.
I'd do it.
No, why not? Do it right now.
Throw it.
Right.
We should test the theory right now in Diddy Darren and see if it's true.
All I'm saying is like, I would have went for more. You know, like
I mean-
give me $100K. Let's go.
Yeah.
She probably
Maybe
asked,
she
she probably
could've.
asked for like 15. Diddy's like, fuck, I'll give you 30 if you just
That's
shut
true.
up.
Yeah, 30 and an
Probably.
Obama pill.
Uh-huh.
Right.
A pill of Obama.
And the next witness was David James. He was his Combs assistant from 2007 to 2009. He worked with Combs every day, traveled the world with him. He would sometimes work 3 weeks straight without time off. Combs security staffers told him to stay in his lane. He knew not to mess with them.
Wait. 30 days straight with no time off?
3 weeks
3 weeks.
straight,
So
To the
3
week.
weeks straight with no time off? No weekends, no nothing?
Yeah.
But only for 3 weeks?
supposedly.
Yeah, well,
That's not bad.
Yeah,
nah.
like fuck that guy.
You're the
Like, fuck
guy's.
that
You're
guy.
the guy's assistant. You're his right hand man. You're
Right.
side by side. What if he's gonna ask you for something? You gotta fucking do
Right.
it.
Right.
He's like,
you're
I
you're paid to chill with the guy. Just fucking go get him a
Right,
fucking
right.
drink.
He's like, it
Get
was
him
so
some more
bad.
baby oil.
He's like, it was
Yeah,
so bad.
fuck.
I had to work 3 weeks out of the year. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
He fucking flew me to
Well-
Jamaica for a week, and I fucking hated it. Shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's
I
what I'm
hate
saying.
Jamaica.
Like you'd have to assume at some point, even if you're going all over the world, like
Right.
you
It's like,
signed up for this.
right. It's like, it's
Right.
like, yeah. Then we went to Paris, okay, and
Like,
saw all the sights
bullshit.
and all the restaurants. Fucking bullshit.
Right. He,
Well, yeah.
Best food ever.
The
Right.
cross
Hated
examination,
it.
they were saying they asked him if he considered it business or personal, like traveling with him, and he said it was a fine line. This
Yeah,
is Mr.
what a
Cole's
fuck.
kingdom, and we are all here to serve in it, is what he was told.
Perfect.
hey,
Makes
I'm,
sense.
All right.
Yeah.
if you're
Man,
gonna
you
take
work
me
for me,
all
bitch.
around the world,
My money.
I'll do whatever except
Right.
some of the freak off stuff.
Yeah, except for
Right.
the baby
like,
oil
you're
and
just
the
gonna watch him
egg
beat
and
people?
I mean, if you're paying me good money, I'll turn around and I didn't see shit.
he said he'll do whatever.
Well, that's pretty much what happened.
Basically.
As long as I don't know. I don't know
I don't
about
think
that.
he could.
I don't think I could either. But
Yeah, I probably would have figured out a way to poison Diddy and just kill him. You know,
Honestly,
But,
after all this, like,
mercury poisoning, slowly get to him over
What the-
time, start collecting his empire back.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
The Empire Strike. Oh my gosh.
Strikes back.
Oh,
Diddy's Empire Strikes Back.
oh,
well, that'll be his son's taking over, right?
Exactly.
jeez.
Part two. Part two.
Yes.
So he said he would stock the hotel rooms with items for Combs before his arrival. This would include a Louis Vuitton bag containing 25 to 30 pills, drugs such as E and P. I don't know if anyone knows what that is.
Penicillin.
Oh, that'd
Ooh,
kill me.
That is dangerous.
Yep. So E is electrolytes,
Uh-huh.
because obviously we can't say certain words on here. So electrolytes and then potassium.
Yeah, potassium.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
I have a
Uh,
potassium deficiency.
Deficiency. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I wouldn't
right, I
doubt it.
think we all do.
It looks like you need to eat more bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange juice, bro, has more potassium in it than
But still-
bananas.
still-
We all think that bananas have potassium because
They do.
of well, they
Just
do,
not as
but
much.
we think of that for potassium because of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something
But
like that.
Right, yeah.
low
Potassium
key,
pills.
low key, you wouldn't have a problem.
No,
You said you would do anything with Diddy
Right.
feeding you a bushel of bananas.
Yeah.
I
what
mean,
if-
if he's feeding me
Out of his
bananas,
ass.
sure. Oh,
No, no, no,
see,
no.
now you're making it weird.
What if-
Now you're making it weird.
what
You're-
if Diddy just straight up said, no, you are never getting potassium ever again until the day you die?
Well, your
Then what?
body naturally creates it, so
But you have a deficiency here. You're deficiency sized, whatever.
yeah.
What
He
if
still doesn't take any.
what if Diddy told you the only way you could ever eat again was to eat a banana out of his ass?
Ooh.
Mm. No, I think I'm dying.
Fucking banana sundae.
Yeah.
It already have the hot
Chocolate covered
fudge.
banana.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I went there too with the hot fudge.
She said, "No thanks, I don't like hot fudge sundaes. It's banana split.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Not another teen movie."
Yeah. I'm so glad John knew what I was referencing there.
That's a great movie, bro.
It is.
And then the Euro trip.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
Scotty
chick,
doesn't know that
right.
Fiona and me. Yeah. That's Matt Damon. I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
The guy that's in the band singing the song.
That's Matt Damon?
It's Matt Damon. Yeah, I just recently found that out.
I did not know that. Did you?
No, I did not.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Because I see Killa giving the. Can we get back to what I'm talking about, please?
I'm sorry.
This is how we fill an hour.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Fill it.
dude, we could fill an hour with this.
That's what I
He'd also stock with baby oil, lubricant, condoms, and $10,000 cash.
Wait, there was only $9,000
I
earlier.
know. Well, that was a different
He
assistant.
skipped it.
That was a different
Yeah.
assistant.
Oh, okay.
Different year.
Different
Ooh.
bag, different year.
Yeah.
No, same bag,
For sure,
different
though.
year, different
Uh,
assistant.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to probably have like one fanny pack identified as the money pack.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
Money
like
pack.
Gucci and
Hill
rhinestone.
pack.
Baby oil pack, Obama pack.
Obama pack. It says
I should've
it's
never said
Gucci. It's
anything.
Gucci and rhinestone. It's
Yes,
bedazzled. Yeah.
Absolutely. Real diamonds.
Oh shit.
He had told of a violent incident involving Combs and his personal chef. Combs instructed him to file a police
Felicia.
report falsely claiming that the chef was the aggressor and hit Combs first. He didn't want to file a false report, so he turned around, went back to Combs, and lied and said he had filed the report.
But that would be funny. There's like the chef really takes his shit serious. So he's like the only one that could ever like hit
Ooh,
Diddy
right.
and wouldn't get
Right?
retaliated against.
Honestly.
He's like, he cooks my food. I ain't fucking with him.
Yeah, right. I don't fuck with the guy that fucking feeds
You don't fuck with the food guy, okay?
me.
You don't.
Everybody has one
Yeah,
guy they don't
honestly.
fuck with, and you know what?
It,
It
should
would be the
someone that
chef.
handles
Yes.
your food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
true that.
Absolutely.
So, just so that I can make sure that I'm 100% sure on this. So, it does say Sean Diddy Combs took drugs every day, including Obama-shaped e-pills.
Shaped?
Shaped.
Oh, so he probably had somebody like stamping him in the form of Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking
And
funny.
passing them out. And they're... I didn't see it in Kayla's note, but it, I believe, was brought up in trial, like one of the pills.
I heard about a Tesla labeled one, not
Oh.
Obama.
Now, are they going to have Obama go to the hearings and testify?
Doubt it.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
got
so.
too many witnesses already.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
true,
they don't
true.
need all that.
We're
then
already on
too-
witness number 7.
Well, then, too, Obama, you make it all about him.
Damn it. Damn it, Obama.
Make America great again.
Oh, yeah, and to New York Times is where I got that. So that is a motorcycle.
I was like, that
That
just
is
turned
loud.
off. Holy cow.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, some people have
Yeah, there's some loud
ridiculously
stuff around
loud
here.
stuff.
Yeah, some
around here.
people's mufflers are rotting off pretty bad.
So there was an incident in which he was ordered to drive Combs and a security guard to a diner in search of Suge Knight around 4 a.m. Combs was in the back seat with 3 handguns on his lap. Suge was gone before they arrived to the restaurant. After this, he put his notice in that he planned to quit. This was the first time he realized his life was in danger. So, I don't know.
This was the chef?
No.
No, this was the assistant that
Um,
had to work 3 weeks straight.
The
Yes.
assistant.
Yep. 2007 to 2009.
Poor man.
He had to play chauffeur for a night.
Yep.
Oh my
Right,
god!
it's not like-
we're just spinning this bat on him.
Right.
Like, bro, you had a cake job.
It's like I
I
had
don't know
it.
about that.
It's just like I had a different woman every night. It was horrible.
Just had to show up and shut up.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. And then the next witness was Cassie's mother, Regina. Regina.
Regina George.
Exactly. She recalled the email from Cassie in 2011, which Combs threatened to release an explicit video of her after he learned she was dating Kid Cudi. She said, "I was physically sick. I did not understand it. The sex tape threw me. He was trying to hurt my daughter."
Oh, I had it the other way for a moment.
Oh.
Thought he had a video of her mom.
Oh,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
damn, did he?
I know, it'd be crazy.
Maybe.
Damn, did he?
But like they didn't get much out of her, and there was no cross examination.
They say older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Did he know?
Oh. I don't know. Never been there.
Though that was a Friday reference.
Yeah, Blackberry.
Was it? Are they coming out with a new one?
As far as I know, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
didn't
thought
think so
they're
either.
the last Friday.
I thought.
Yeah,
think-
that was a myth.
Oh, damn.
Nah,
Okay.
fake news. Next witness was Sheree Hayes, a former male exotic dancer whose stage name was the Punisher.
Oh, God.
Nice.
I knew you'd like that.
Oh, here we go. Okay, all right. For all the female fans, this one's for you.
All right. He grew up in a
Chains
small
and whips
village
excite
in
me.
Savannah, Georgia. And Kayla's got the whole backstory from
Right? No.
day of birth to the very current
Right.
birth.
Right.
Irrelevant.
It's like he's 6'3", bodybuilder.
Clearly.
I mean, I would assume he was pretty fit.
Likes long walks on the beach, motorcycles,
Yep, has a dog,
cat ears.
and he feeds the strays.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. His first encounter with Cassie and Combs, he went to the hotel. Cassie said she wanted him to create a sexy scene involving baby oil for her husband, who would be in the room. He was paid $2,000 in cash and was hired 8 to 12 more times for similar encounters. This is interesting. He felt increasing pressure while having sex with Cassie in front of Combs, eventually failing to perform, and he was never called back. Makes sense.
Well, damn, that's like Diddy's casting couch.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Cross-examination, he had said he never sensed that Cassie was uncomfortable, and he never witnessed any violence. It seemed like it was consensual as far as he was concerned. There's a hair in my shirt, sorry.
So this is a second escort that she
Yeah.
slept with.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's another regular, because I think they had
Multiple.
random ones in between. But they had
Oh.
the regulars. And then the next witness was Gerard Gannon, federal agent who oversaw the 2024 raid on Combs' Miami home. During the search, they found lingerie, high heels, baby oil, personal lubricant, and parts of AR-15 rifles in Combs' closets. Serial numbers were scratched off of the firearms.
That alone should get him put in behind bars.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Up felonies. I mean,
Right.
like,
They're like, that doesn't matter. And then it goes more into detail. Among the items seized was a bin containing 25 bottles of baby oil, 31 bottles of Astroglide lubricant, and a rubber duck. Crystal rock-like substance inside of a wooden box marked Puffy, a plastic bag of pills that tested positive for the main ingredient of hallucinogenic mushrooms.
oh, I gotta say one thing.
Yes.
The Quack House podcast is not affiliated with any baby oil companies at all, just for the record.
Correct.
Not yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez. 3 cell phones stuffed in a Balenciaga boot, a Gucci bag containing white residue that tested positive for C and K. Multicolored pills, some stamped with Tesla symbol, tested positive for M and X.
Eesh.
It's like, guess the pills. Parts of AR-15 rifles with their serial number scratched off. A .45 handgun found inside a red suitcase at the entrance to the guard shack outside. During cross-examination, he had said many of the guns seized in the raid were wrapped in tape and not loaded. And defense tried to downplay the number of weapons that were found.
How do you downplay
Yeah,
that?
right. I mean, the serial
Sneaky.
numbers shaved
Sneaky.
off.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they were all loaded. The ones that were put together were
I would
loaded.
think.
No, like low key, they were in court. They were like, this man only had
Only
50
15
guns?
Yeah.
Right.
He only had 50 guns
Oh,
loaded.
That's
Only?
not against the law.
like, come on, guys, that's not
It
a
is
lot.
when you
Like
shave
50.
the numbers.
Like,
Right.
I know a guy that has 52. Come on.
Right,
right.
Yeah,
He
that's
only
probably how
has
they would
50.
do it.
Like, come on, guys, 50. It's not a lot, right?
It isn't a lot when you think of the amount of guns in America. I think it's like one person to 100 guns.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
like, if you want to get down to it,
So
it's really not.
Diddy was about 100 people.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly. For real, though.
Diddy had enough arms to cover about 150 people. So, all right, we're good.
And then the next witness was Dawn Hughes, a board-certified clinical and forensic psychologist specializing in trauma. She was a paid expert on domestic violence and traumatic stress, has not personally evaluated any of the victims or witnesses in the case.
Yeah, pointless.
Right. She just
Right.
wanted to say...
She just wanted attention. It's like, oh, look at me, look at me.
So victims of domestic violence often stay with their abusers because they feel trapped and often numb themselves with alcohol or drugs to cope.
Which we all kind of knew that already, so
Right.
no purpose of
But
her.
she was
Right.
literally just brought in to speak on trauma.
Oh, I mean,
That
we
was-
could have showed up and talked about
Oh,
our
hell
trauma.
yeah. Exactly.
How much do you
Been
think she got
good.
paid?
Yeah, so like, yeah, like
wow.
I mean, I could have
Oh,
showed
she
up.
probably got paid, but
Darren-
the jury
Dude.
people
Darren-
only get $60.
I could have showed up and talked about my diabetes.
it's
Okay.
like Darren shows up, talks about his life with diabetes, makes 3 G's, and gets out. Like,
Right,
come on,
exactly.
like,
Where's my call?
Yeah.
why can't we do that?
Hey.
Right.
We all got trauma.
Exactly.
I shanked myself.
Yeah, he fucking passed out, hit his head.
Like, come on,
The vertigo.
I'll settle for
Jeez.
500.
Yeah, fucking vertigo. Fucking just knocked you right on your ass.
Vertigo, bro. Vertigo is a cruel bitch.
Cruel, cruel world.
She will keep you down and out of the ring.
Yep.
Next witness. George Kaplan, former executive assistant to Combs. He typically worked 80 to 100 hours a week, earning a salary of $120K
Per week?
a year.
Oh.
Salary, 125.
And I'm assuming his job was what? Just wiping Diddy's ass?
He had to do pretty much whatever Combs wanted.
Yeah, he's like, just stand in the corner.
This was the other
paid for that.
assistant?
This
So-
is the third assistant. That
Third
they're-
assistant.
Time out.
Yeah.
He's the executive assistant.
Right.
Executive
so then
assistant.
Oh my
who was
God.
the assistant? Was the assistant to the executive assistant?
No,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
Oh, he's
that no,
the
that is the one you're talking about was the assistant to the assistant.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. So
Oh, so the executive assistant was sending all the other guys out on the trips. They're like, bro, I can't do it. Like, you're going to Jamaica this
Maybe.
week.
but see
Right.
now, this guy is saying that he's working 80 to 100 hours a week. Now, does that include travel time? You know,
Right,
like,
right.
80
That's-
to 100 hours a week avoiding spending time with Diddy.
Right.
Right.
Sending other people there.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
Honestly.
That's ridiculous. Though that's a lot of work, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Depending,
time. A
but
lot
yeah.
of time to avoid somebody.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
who do you think was filling up all the baby oil bottles? I mean,
The assistant to the assistant
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the assistant.
Oh man, like the low rung assistant guy. There's an oil
Sorry,
guy. Go for it.
I just want to get it over with.
I know.
To be honest, at
I'm
this
sorry,
point,
I'm
this is
sorry.
just so much. So he would set up hotel rooms under the alias Frank White with supplies including candles, liquor, baby oil, and lubricant.
Yep.
He also had to clean up after they left. Typically, there would be Gatorade, G bottles.
That's fine.
I know. Liquor bottles and baby oil strewn across the hotel room. On one occasion, he saw brown crystallized powder on a countertop. Didn't know what it was, but cleaned it up to be safe. What do you think that would be?
H.
H.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
Or-
I don't know my
or-
drugs very well.
Yeah, because
H
it's
is
like a
usually
tar,
brown.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brown.
H is gonna be that brownish color.
That's,
Yeah.
you inject that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
you,
you,
uh,
can
You
smoke
put it on a
too, right?
spoon.
No,
melt it
no, no,
down.
no, no. Well, I mean, I guess maybe, yeah, but I just know if you snort H, like you're probably gonna die.
Right.
You could do it a couple ways, though. Yeah. I thought I usually like put it on the spoon, melt it down, and syringe it, right?
Yeah,
So
some people
it is.
put it
Yeah.
in between the webbing on their toes, not necessarily. No, they do. They
Really?
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So you don't have marks.
you get.
like hit your finger.
Well, I don't want to show too much on there, but you'll get like the marks or whatever. You know, they're there. So a lot of people will put it in their feet now,
Yeah.
just to hide it
So,
better.
When you go to, have you guys donated plasmas? Like,
I was
I
not
wasn't allowed to.
oh, okay. So
Damn.
when you
because
go,
I was anxious.
oh, really?
Well,
yeah,
at
I'm
least-
pissed about it still.
You're
This
so
was years ago.
you're so excited to donate. They're
I
like,
was.
you gotta go.
They're like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's my first time." And they're like,
Yeah,
Can't do
because
it.
she was nervous on her first time. I wasn't allowed to because
Yeah.
of my heart surgery.
Okay, so the first day is usually a health assessment, but they will go through and they will check in between your fingers and your toes and to make sure you don't have puncture wounds when you donate.
Right, right.
"That's smart.
But
We
that,
don't
but
want your shit."
what you're saying, at least you didn't get flat out told like, oh, hey, your diabetes, which you had no control over.
I can't control my anxiety.
Yeah, wasn't-
Or
Can't do
like,
it.
hey, you ate a steak sub, your protein level's too high, come back.
Right.
right.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
It's like, have you pooped in the last 2 days? No.
Like,
Get the fuck out.
How do you know
Right.
that?
Honestly.
So how do y'all know that? Like, you fill it out in the questionnaire.
So angry. So
Yeah, Kayla's was ridiculous. Mine made sense when they explained
Oh.
it because when they take the plasma out and something to do with it, the blood going back
Yeah.
into you, it could affect the way that my heart regulates or
Well,
something.
in all honesty, I feel like that questionnaire is just to weed out the gay people, anyways. Because like they ask you like 4 different ways: have you had gay sex with, or like a sex with the same sex?
Sodomy.
Yeah, they ask you like 4 different ways. They try to get you in the questionnaire.
They got
with
me.
with good reason though. With good reason though, because there are some
Crafty bastards.
like STIs used to be
Yeah.
STDs, STIs that can get transferred through blood.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Right.
but then again, think about all the people that are lying. I wonder how much it happens
Right.
where somebody donates it and it gets. But then again, they would
They
have
test
to.
it, right?
They would
Test
have to.
all
They
that.
would have to.
Yeah, they'd send it to the little lab right there and then test it. They ask if you've been in prison in the last 6 months and shit like that as well. Like
That's one of the questions.
yeah, the
huh?
questionnaire is crazy. It's funny. I get a good laugh out of it every time I fill
Well,
it
then
out.
someone I was seeing it was like
Do
what
you do it every time?
like HPV or something. Yeah, apparently, maybe not that one. It's one of them, but you can actually potentially get it through shaking someone's hand, skin to skin contact.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I
Yeah.
think
I
it
mean,
might
if
have
you
been
both have cuts,
or like HPV or something like
Right.
that. But it sounded like you could just get it so easy.
Hep
They were
C
saying
or Hep
they were
B or something.
something like that. But they were saying you could get it at like the gym too.
Oh.
Just if you're walking
The
barefoot,
sweat.
like barefoot though.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, you could get a
Oh.
lot of stuff from the gym if you're walking barefoot through the
Yeah.
gym. That's
So,
I'm
I remember
sorry.
one year we had in my high school like a bad case of like staff with everybody using their shit, not
Well,
taking their towels home and
Freaking
shit.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
The cheerleaders had to practice with the wrestlers' mats because we're broke as hell.
Yep. Yeah. Hey.
And I was so concerned that we were gonna get ringworm or
You
something.
be sweaty as
Nasty ass.
And I know
Oh,
they got
yeah.
AC in the wrestling room.
Actually, we did.
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Fucking lucky
And our-
bastards.
The one that we
And-
could afford.
And our gym. And our gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys suck.
It was like, we were poor, but when it came to like,
Look, we are poor, but we had heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that was us.
Yeah.
That was us.
Oh, yeah.
We were poor and still had heart.
we like the men's sports got everything.
Yeah, that
And
was.
the girls' sports unfortunately did not.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
No, they
and
really
the football
didn't.
team sucked. So
Yeah.
like, why was any money spent on them?
That's the one thing that we always had was the boosters always supported the football team. We always
Yeah.
got new jerseys and stuff every year for the football team, but no, everybody else had to suffer.
Absolutely.
Well, it's because we brought the most money in.
Yeah, but you wear practice
tickets
jerseys from
out.
1992, fucking pants from 91 and shit like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was
But at
same
least the
with us.
jerseys are new.
Yeah.
You get to wear them one time a week.
Hold up. So at our high school, did they actually make you buy tickets to see the game?
yeah.
Yeah.
So any
Well,
student,
if
though,
you
it was
were
free,
if you
right?
were a student, it was free. But if you weren't a student, for student,
Fuck you
I don't
guys.
think so.
or it was
it was like
discounted,
$4.
or
Oh,
it was
okay.
discounted. I can't. I guess I could be wrong.
I was
but
like,
thought
because it was
free.
like $8 to
free
get in
if
the
you're on the
game and
team.
like $3 or
No.
$4 for students.
Or if you're a cheerleader.
and then like concession stands and stuff like that. But like football games, even though we sucked, you'd always almost fill out the whole stadium.
Well,
Or the
then
bleachers.
People didn't
Then-
watch either, though.
Right.
the concession stand sucked. It wasn't even that big.
No,
and then
it's tiny.
your selection of drinks was all like, I bet you anything, they're all like, oh, we just opened up the pop machine and put a few on the table for you to buy, right?
Gatorade and
and,
water.
then, and then charged you double what it
Right.
was from the pop machine.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
I went inside
But,
the high school and pulled the shit out of the vending machines.
Yeah.
You know, what? Why not? Shout out to Palermo's, but they served
Pizza.
most of the pizza for our football games and
That's
stuff like
right.
that, and they gave that like a hell of a discount.
Okay.
I
Okay.
remember the people in our booth always talking about like we were sponsored by some pizza place, Galati's. But
Okay.
they would be up in the booth eating pizza, talking about this Galati's pizza. They were like just like y'all are having a great fucking time up there smashing pizza.
Right.
Well, I gotta
freezing
pay for it.
We're freezing our balls off.
Yeah.
Watching this team lose 60-0.
Right.
Exactly. Fucking hypocrisy
Yeah.
right there.
So like,
All right, let's reel it back in now.
you
Sorry.
think Diddy liked pizza?
Oh, he
Oh, he
probably
loved it.
loved it.
Probably.
Anything greasy.
Yeah, anything
You
you
like
could cook in baby
cigarettes?
oil.
I mean, he probably liked Five Guys too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
More-
bet you he liked Five Guys.
More conspiracy theory just to off-rail it, but you see all those videos talking about Ellen DeGeneres and Jennifer Aniston referring to kids as pizza
Yeah.
and the parties.
Yeah, Pizzagate.
They're like, you guys have the best pizza parties and stuff like that. And they're like, you got Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's referred to as Pizzagate. Look it
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
So I don't even know what we were talking about. George Kaplan, former assistant. Okay.
Yep.
He ultimately quit in 2015 after witnessing several violent incidents. He told Combs it was to care for his ailing father, but that was not the main reason. Under cross-examination, he said his job was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I am a young man, and this is a god among men. He didn't just push me to my deepest depths. I can't talk anymore. He took me to depths that I didn't know I had. He actually helped me grow as a man. So I don't think he has any hard feelings towards Diddy. Apparently, he still wishes him happy birthday every year. So.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
His assistant says it to Diddy every year.
I was like, dude, that's like kind of menacing, bro. Like every year, Diddy's just sending you a happy birthday.
Yeah,
text.
yeah. Basically
Like,
saying, like, hey,
remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I didn't forget who you are.
Right.
With the eyes.
Right.
I mean, I could see that you would probably have to grow as a man to be able to witness some of the stuff that you have to
Yeah, you would
witness.
have
Hell
a
yeah.
choice.
Absolutely.
But growing in what way, though? Because if he just witnessed it and didn't say anything, then I think it'd be growth in a bad way. Because what else in his life would he witness and then not say anything?
Well,
Right.
how many times have you witnessed something and you didn't say something?
Not often. Not in my adult life.
Mm.
I mean, if we're talking major, if we're talking like something at work, like just say somebody dropped the part and then just put it back on the part or whatever, then I'm not going to say nothing because big deal. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like that matters anyway. But stuff that doesn't matter, it's like why say anything. But if somebody was genuinely going to be harmed or whatever,
Right.
like for example, if I've ever noticed somebody doing something kind of unsafe on the equipment, I just go to them directly and I'm all like, hey man, you might want to just take it easy on this specific thing that you're doing because that could potentially
Hurt you.
But I just go myself. I don't like tell anybody. I'll just say, hey.
Right. But if, let's say, someone from your work came up to you and said, hey, did you witness this? Where are you going to say yes or no? That's what it comes down to.
Depending on who it is and what happened. It would really depend on that.
Okay.
Because if it would be like someone's going to get fired, then I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if it was just something like funny where nothing's going to happen, I'd be like, yeah, I heard.
Right.
Right.
No repercussions.
But that's the thing is that it's kind of the same thing for this guy, right? He saw things that he was just like, I guess I'm not going to say anything if no one's going to ask. So no one's asked, so he's never told anything.
Right.
Right. But he was still prioritizing a paycheck from doing like the morally right thing.
For sure. And the travels and everything like that.
Yeah, he was still enjoying probably some of the luxuries.
Oh, yeah, perks.
for sure.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had plenty of perks. He's not insane.
That's why he probably never said anything. He's like,
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting my Obama pills. I mean, what do I care?
right. Exactly. Okay. Anyways, let's continue.
All right. Next witness, Kid Cudi,
Ooh, this is a
also
good
known
one.
as Scott Mescudi. Mescudi?
That just always throws me
That's
off.
his name.
God.
Scott. He is a Grammy-winning rapper and actor who briefly dated Cassie.
What did he act in?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, the freak off.
Right.
They probably had him on stage doing some Shakespeare when he's like dousing himself in baby oil.
Jeez.
Right.
An incident in 2011 occurred when Cassie called him early in the morning, told him that Combs learned they were seeing each other. She sounded distraught, so he picked her up, took her to a hotel. One of Combs' employees then called him and told him that Combs and an associate were at his home. On the way back home, he called Combs, asked what he wanted. He said, I just want to talk to you. The outside of the home looked normal. He later realized the security cameras were moved. Some things in his house were misplaced, and his dog was locked in the bathroom. Although Scott wanted to fight him, he called the police instead. He didn't know what the intentions were or who was with him. About a month after this, he received a call from his dog walker telling him that his car was on fire in the driveway. He said a Molotov cocktail was in the driver's seat. Looks like the top of the Porsche was cut open. That's where the Molotov cocktail was put in.
Had time to cut the top of his car open?
Apparently.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I know, the top. Like, that's so obvious, but whatever. I don't know.
Just continue. I got a lot of things going through my head right now.
Right?
I'm thinking sunroof.
Oh.
Just cut a hole in the sunroof and drop it in. Or something.
Well, now that we're on it, I'm thinking like the dude had to like cut a big hole, rip it open to throw the Mazel Tov. Yeah.
Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Right.
Not necessarily. Because it depends too. I mean, maybe there was something where he could have ripped up one of the corners, tossed it in, and laid it back down.
Maybe.
Well,
it's a Porsche. I don't know.
I'm just thinking the alcohol burning and you throwing, you'd want a decent opening, right?
So you can get it in there.
So you can get it in and make sure that
the main
you get
thing,
the most damage.
well, not necessarily you would throw it because it would still catch the whole thing on fire. So you would like burn the seats and then that would, so you really, realistically wouldn't have to throw it and have it break. It'll eventually light the shit on fire.
Let's just say when you see like in the movies, you see how they just like dip the rag in the alcohol and then put it in the gas tank and then light the rag and walk away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. You light the rag, wait for it, drop it in his car, then you got time to get out. While
I'm thinking like games where you have it and you just chuck it,
you're going for it. You're going for like a grenade.
Yeah, you eat it.
Yeah, easy, Arthur Morgan.
Right.
But no,
I know that reference.
Yes, you do.
Red Dead Redemption.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Red Dead
Oh,
Redemption.
shit.
The second.
Got one. Okay.
a
Anyways.
deuce.
So about a month after the incident with the car, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes. No. No, after he broke into his... No. Okay, I already read that. Sorry. Years later, he had run into Combs at the same hotel that they had met in previously. Combs pulled him aside, said, "Man, I just want to apologize for everything, all that bullshit." It's interesting. He actually apologized. But that also means he fesses up to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't make up for the car.
But if there's no recordings or anything, that's just
Right.
hearsay at that point.
Mhm.
Well, not if he's confessing.
Well, but did he say on a one-on-one? I'm talking like a
yeah.
one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because if nothing was recorded or videotaped,
Yeah,
there'd
it's
be no way they
hearsay.
could prove it.
Right.
Right. And then cross-examination, when Cassie and Scott started dating, it was explained that there had been physical abuse in her past relationship, but she never mentioned sexual abuse. While they were dating, they talked every day for about a year. When the relationship ended, they just stopped talking. The defense asked, "Did she play you?" He said, "Yes." I think it's interesting. It's kind of, I feel like that's pretty heartless of him to say.
That she played him?
Yeah.
Well,
Just because they don't talk after they break up?
Well, you got to think about the whole relationship. For a year, he probably thought everything was good, but in reality, it wasn't.
Well, for
Well,
a
yeah, but
year,
that's not
he's getting
her
his
fault.
car blown up and shit,
Well,
and getting
yeah.
constantly threatened by Diddy every fucking day.
Right.
Yeah, so like,
But still.
So at the end of the day, I'd be like, well, you know what? I'm like, I'm kind of happy she over there, and his
Right.
crazy ass isn't blowing my shit up no more.
Mm-hmm.
But
Honestly.
yeah, I get where you're coming from on that, but he probably did feel played.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
she probably used
Yeah.
him like as the rebound just to get away from him.
Maybe.
And protect,
And
thinking
for
that he,
protection,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, so shit.
I guess.
He was just kind of the next guy after him to get her out of
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
sure. Okay, we got 3 more witnesses. What?
Last thing, did you? Oh no, it was afterwards. You found out that his dog died like a month later, or a couple months
Yeah,
later.
after the break-in, his dog was like real jittery and stuff, and ended up dying. I feel like shortly after.
I'm wondering if he got he poisoned the
That's what
dog
I'm
in the
saying.
bathroom.
But he wasn't allowed to
With-
talk
with
about the dog in detail in
Obama
court.
pills.
With Obama
He,
pills.
he was
Court.
lacing the baloney.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they killed the dog with the Obama pills.
That's what I mean. And it was,
That's what I'm saying.
the baloney was laced with the Obama pills.
He's like, sit. And then he's like, oh, catches it.
rolling
Poor baby.
rolling
Killed
it
the
up in a
dog.
little baloney and sticking it through the fence, and then
Right, yeah.
He's good.
All right. Witness 14.
Damn.
I know. Mila Morales, former makeup artist for Combs and Cassie.
He
That's
has
like
that
Kevin's phone.
Yeah, it was the same phone. Mine's just the Max, and his is off.
Oh.
Yeah. Here you go.
there you go.
So this is a former makeup artist for them. On the weekend of 2010 Grammy Awards, she shared a hotel room with Cassie. Cassie went to a Prince's house for a party, and she stayed back for a nap. She woke up to the couple screaming at each other. She was frantic, didn't know what to do. When Combs left, Cassie had a swollen eye, bruised lip, and knots on her head.
Well, and you said Prince?
Yeah.
At this point
Prince's
in time.
house.
Well, at this point in time, was he the artist
2010.
formerly known as Prince? Or was he Prince at this?
Oh, because of his
2010?
name switching? Yeah.
What did he switch it to?
The artist formerly known as Prince, then
Yeah.
Prince, right? He was Prince, then the artist formerly known as Prince.
And then wasn't he a symbol? Like a
Yeah, he was a
musical
symbol for a hot
symbol?
moment, just a symbol.
So we're just trying to get like
Make sure we know
Prince's-
what prince we're talking about.
yeah, which Prince?
Yeah, I was a little confused. I thought we were talking about
Irrelevant.
Purple Rain Prince, but then I was like, maybe it's just one of her friends' last names or something.
Yeah. So we're talking prince.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Hearsay.
Yeah, here's a copyright.
Purple Rain.
She had took Cassie to her home, had a doctor friend check on her who recommended she go to the ER, which Cassie refused. Next witness is Frederick Zimor, an employee at the hotel in Beverly Hills that Combs frequented. His guest profile was under many names, just like aliases. Aliases? How do you say it?
Yep, alias.
Some notes that were on the guest profile in the hotel that was interesting. It was, please monitor outside his room, down the hall to spray air freshener. Always spills candle wax on everything and uses excessive amounts of oil. Place the room out of order upon departure for deep cleaning. Please authorize an extra $1,000 when guest stays with us to cover any room damages. So, like, they knew what to expect when he came to the hotel.
Right.
And then the last witness for day 10 was Joshua Croft, computer forensic agent for the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Unit. And then I don't really get the point of this, but it says he extracted data from 3 of Cassie's laptops, but like they didn't give any other information. Like one was erased to factory default, another was open to a login screen, and then the last one was dented and wouldn't turn on.
Yeah, because so he's like a computer guy then?
Yeah.
Okay, so so he's probably related to Laura.
Laura Croft.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was good at computers.
So
Tomb Raider.
what that's probably about is that they were able to get, even if you factory reset your computer, it still has data on it.
So, like, I guess
Yeah,
we'll find out more
'cause-
on Tuesday, but
Because according to Malcolm in the Middle back in the day, you have to go through a whole process to completely eliminate all data on
I
your
believe
computer.
it.
Oh, magnet.
You got to go through like the hard drives, everything, and then there's a whole thing to it, which I didn't even realize that because I thought it was just BS. When I looked it up later down the line, and I'm like, wow, that show actually knew what they were talking about.
right.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, every time you delete a game and reinstall and delete, reinstall, it becomes harder to get the original data. So if you want to if you really want to clean your shit, just put a magnet to it.
Yeah.
Just
You'll-
use a wipe.
No, a magnet. Just take a magnet and put it all over your hard drives. You will fry that bitch, and no one will be able to extract any data off.
Well, ain't there something too? I don't know the current computers like what we got, but isn't there like a disk in there that you want to destroy that will get rid of everything, or at least on the older computers?
That would
right?
be your memory.
Motherboard?
No,
Is it
not a
different?
motherboard. This is actually like a disk thing you want to apparently
You're
take
talking
out.
like a floppy disk.
No, kind of like a CD disc or whatever. It's like a thicker one, and then apparently you want to like jam and smash that one all up to shit.
Oh, that'd
Because
be
they're
old stuff.
extremely tough though.
Yeah, that'd be the old stuff.
Yeah, so not like what we got.
No,
but
no,
back
no,
in the
no.
day, hell yeah.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah, it was a lot more.
Yeah, it was like a thick ass like circular CD thing, like like a video game CD, but a lot thicker. Than that's what you'd want to like destroy to get
Yeah.
all your info gone.
But yeah, if you ever want to delete your stuff completely, you have to use a magnet.
Yep.
Otherwise, you could always get data, and that was the big thing. Even with like Doge going through people's computers and stuff like that, they're like, we're pulling things up that you guys thought you got rid of, but you really didn't because you don't know how to
Right.
scrub your computer.
Right. It's just like
unfortunate.
there was thousands upon thousands hours of cornography.
Oh yeah, well, like that's the
Oh, no, I can't say that. Popcorn. No, it was something else.
Cornhole.
that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people that unfortunately deal with like kid stuff that shouldn't be on their computer.
Yep.
They have like a trip so that a magnet will wipe their.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone goes into their room wrong or something like that, it sends the magnet down to wipe their computer.
Yep.
That's smart
I've
and
seen,
disgusting.
But smart.
I've seen
Exactly.
enough of those.
All
TV
pedophiles
shows.
should die.
Also, there'll be people use drive, like thumb drives, have it in your computer.
Just like
And-
corrupt.
Yeah, it will corrupt the
Corrupt your
whole
phone.
computer if they pull it out without shutting down properly. That's why you should never pull out a thumb drive when your computer is on, is because you can corrupt the thumb drive, and if you have something on it, it can corrupt your computer for it.
Yeah, I remember watching an episode of what is that show?
CIA, the CIS,
CSI?
No,
CSI?
the one.
SVU?
All these letters.
Shit.
Hawaii
CSI?
PD.
Law and Order.
No, it's the.
Access PD.
Shut the fuck up.
Access
You
PD.
give me too many fucking the behavioral unit one.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Mastermind.
Mastermind.
Oh, that's a movie. Criminal Minds.
Numbers?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
Okay, there we
Okay, yeah, Criminal Minds. But yeah, long story short, they had a guy on there, like, all this shit was in his computer, and they found a disc that he had written something on, like, and they were like, oh, this is it. They went to load it in the computer, and it fucked and fried all the computer.
Damn.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, he's a IT hacker guy. He knows the tricks.
go. Oh, dude.
They're like, yeah, fuck y'all.
You're right.
Someone, there's a video of a body cam where you watch a cop pull out a thumb drive and erase 4 years of black market transactions. Because the moment he took it out and replugged it back in, it fucked everything. And he knew he lost the case there. The guy got to walk away free because the dude was an idiot.
Dummy.
Idiot, man.
I watched a thing the other day where they were, the guy was hacking people's phones not using their original chargers.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
So they were like, if you use somebody else's charger, he was like, I could be sitting at a coffee shop. He was like, and just get into your phone or your laptop or your tablet. He's like, just by you using this charger.
Yep.
Yep. He is a good hacker, is
Mhm.
what you would like to call him. I think I know, really skinny white guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen his
You can buy
YouTube
those
shorts.
type of chargers off of Amazon.
But yeah, it's just a little
I
device in
believe
the thing.
Yeah, that's why you got to be like real careful on who you trust with a charger and stuff now,
Right.
because a chip right inside the charging point will run a passcode like 800 or 8,000 or something. He was saying.
Yeah, and then
Well,
per
the best
second.
way you can get around that is if you got an iPhone, you got like the little thing here for the magnet charger. That would probably be the way to do it because nothing's plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
Yeah.
you really want to be safe with it, if it's not your charger, just don't use anybody's unless it's a magnet one because
Mhm.
nothing's going into your phone to do
Right.
anything.
Isn't that crazy how you can use a magnet charger to charge your phone,
And
but
Yeah.
to
wipe the
also
data?
wipe your phone, you can use a magnet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Well,
just not powerful
yeah.
enough.
Well,
This
aren't they
is
saying
crazy.
you're supposed to keep a magnet near your credit cards and shit too?
Yeah.
Because that could pull the.
Yeah, but I have this wallet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like
It's magnetic.
they say you're not
Yeah.
supposed to keep magnetic stuff to your cards and phones and
Right.
shit like that. But meanwhile,
Yeah.
we use magnets to hold our phone up on shit.
Right, right, yeah, yeah.
It's because the magnets that we're using with
They're low
that
grade.
is not like a magnet
Yeah.
that would do. You need a powerful magnet.
Yeah,
to,
it's like
to
a
do
low
that.
grade like
Yeah.
kind of magnet. Yeah, it's just not creating enough.
Well, and with the
electricity
phones
to
too, how they're
do that.
built, most of the stuff that matters probably isn't around the magnet part here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
I have all, like, this
your
stuff.
Isn't
memory.
it all like silicone and mercury and shit all in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back?
yeah.
So can't you just like probably take a magnet and move that fluid in there and shit? Like, wouldn't
Well,
that fuck your phone up
wouldn't it
too?
be lithium?
Isn't it the same
Lithium-ions.
thing? Like mercury,
Uh,
lithium, isn't it all like metal kind of
Yeah.
conduct?
I
Like
think
you,
so.
You,
Yeah.
could, you could fuck that up with a magnet, right?
Yeah, if you have a we had a powerful magnet, we can fuck all electronics up in this room. We just don't use that strong of a
What
magnet.
what is it, Fast and the Furious, where they put that magnet inside the truck and they steal the volt? Remember that? They put that
I've
big
only
ass.
watched
like,
up to like what Tokyo Drift.
It's the second or third one, I think, bro. But they have a big ass magnet. It's the one where they steal the Volt in Colombia or whatever.
I
and
never
they're
watched that
dragging
one.
it fucking
That's
down the
not, I
road.
think that one's like, I don't know, 5 maybe?
I don't know.
I was gonna
But
say,
yeah,
'cause-
they have a big ass magnet inside a truck and
Yeah,
it
and then they're
sucks it through
pulling-
the wall.
We have an
Yep.
episode on this, but I'm pretty sure it goes 1, 2 Tokyo, and
Yeah.
then 3.
I don't remember,
And
but we know.
that's like that's as far as I got was
Okay.
Tokyo.
But yeah, so
And-
yeah, at one point they use a big ass magnet to steal a Volt.
I could see that.
Fucking
Magnet
nuts.
fishing, you know, the people that you see magnet fishing, that would be
Mhm.
the type of magnet
I
that you would
I
want to
see
use.
that's just what is that? When you go on the
Oh,
beach.
the beepers,
Yeah.
the metal detectors.
Yeah, that's just water metal detecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't call it magnet fishing.
Well, they
Yeah.
use a magnet and they throw it
It's-
over.
It's water metal detecting.
But they don't have something beeping, dog.
No, they just got a fucking
Low tech, bro.
Okay,
right.
If it was, it'd be cool though if they had something beeping back there.
Wouldn't it?
Beep, beep, beep.
Like,
Yeah.
Like a fish scanner, and you could see what's in the water before you hit it, and then move it out the way.
wouldn't that be nice?
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
you catch
Really?
Malaysia flight 492 or whatever.
Right.
Oh, the one that disappeared and then reappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Do you see the pictures where they said they found it in the bottom of the ocean? All of a sudden, it was like fully intact, and it had like 2 extra engines on it. People are like, "Yeah, it was like nice try."
Right. Yeah. Gosh. There's a lot. That's I don't know. What do you guys want to do now? Call it here?
that's what we
Call
call
it.
it, and then we can just keep on at it.
Yeah, we'll probably keep following up the trial right now since it's the hottest thing in the world. So get your notes.
You got them.
Get your coffee, get your snack.
Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, because Diddy's.
We might
Everybody
end
out
up
here.
doing something different next week.
Can we do a lunch and learn where we all just do a podcast and sit here and eat lunch and learn about a subject?
I mean, we could.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
It'd be
not.
like
I-
a mukbang.
Personally, think
all
we
be
should just
eating
stick with the
fucking-
Diddy Trials, just because there's going to be so much crap coming out about this. I mean, realistically, we will have uploads for months
Yeah.
on this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah, because if we're only doing it, the problem with it, well, you know what? Hold up.
Well,
Time
because
out.
so much stuff is coming out so fast. It's just like we want to stay with current stuff, is what you're probably thinking, right?
Well, right, and there's a million other people doing it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, I feel like we should take a break and then do it again and like do 2 weeks into one, you know?
Yeah. Because
Or
then
if
if
I-
anything major happens,
We
then
can talk about it.
About that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Liam's drawing.
It's a blueberry.
It's a blueberry. You guys probably
And a
can't really
tiger.
see it. And a tiger. And what's its name? Rostin?
Ristia.
Rustian?
Ristia.
Oh, okay.
RSTIA.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, those are pretty good letters right there.
I know.
All right. Anyways, guys.
Anyways,
Y'all have a beautiful weekend. We'll catch you next time on the
Deuces.
Quack House.
Peace.
later. Who's gonna cut the mic off?
You?
Fuck.
who's
Get it, John. Get it, John. Get it, John.
Who's going to spark the Cool Whip?
Get it, Darren. Get it, Darren. Get it, Darren.
All right, I'll get it. I don't know which one's the Cool Whip, though.
Let me look at it.